to News 6. Today's News 6 is being presented by the 6th graders from St. John Lutheran School in Defiance, Ohio. Our first story is about a very special woman in our city. She has a hobby that makes many poor children happy. Jeff Oberhaus has a look at that story.
Thanks, Dan. Miss Irene Shack dresses and collects dolls, but she doesn't keep them. She gets old, scruffy-looking dolls, washes them, fixes their hair, and makes them new clothes and gives them to an organization to give poor families. News 6 reporter Ann Zeller talked with Miss Shack about her hobby.
Mrs. Shack, how long have you been collecting and dressing dolls?
I have been doing this for 8 to 10 years.
Why do you collect them?
Well, we have an organization here that likes to help the needy people at Christmas, so they can put out containers, and then we collect these dolls, and I bring them home, and we wash them and shampoo their hair, and we make new clothes for them, dress them with a new dress, booties and bonnets, and then we give them back to the organization, and they distribute them to the needy people at Christmas.
What sorts of dolls do you collect?
Oh, we have some Barbies, some horsemen, and there's all different kinds. Some they can feed, some could walk, and some cries, and some are just little babies. They don't do anything.
We think we're lucky to have someone in our community that will help other people. Thank you, Mrs. Shack. This is Ann Zeller reporting for News 6.
Our next story is about a school event at St. John. Here with that story is Carrie Shook.
Thanks, Dan. St. John Lutheran had a science fair in March. Many of students participated with a number of different types of science projects. The projects were displayed and awarded prizes. 11 students in the 4th through 8th grades were awarded first place blue ribbons. Larry Miller and Danny Miller won first prize for their electromagnet project. These two students are in our class. Michelle Waldman, Miriam Zeller, and Don Fisher presented a project about blood types. Brad Walters, Brad Swoboda, and Steve Miller demonstrated their smoking volcano. Plant growth was displayed by Julie Bachman, Carrie McBroom, and Wendy Rains. We are proud of the students who participated in the St. John Science Fair.
Our class took part in another fun event. Karen Hannes has a story about our outdoor education program. Karen?
Thanks, Dan. St. John's 6th grade has an outdoor education program at our local Boy Scout camp, Camp Neil Armstrong. We went canoeing and fishing, and we also learned how to survive in the wilderness. We learned how to use a compass and how to line up sticks to find out which direction is north. This year we had a ranger come out and show us what he does at the park where he works. We also learned about the weather instruments and how to use them to determine what the weather will be like. We had a good time and learned many different things.
There are many different types of industries in Defiance. One of those companies is Brown's Bakery. Here with more about that bakery is Carolyn Stelzer.
Thanks, Dan. Brown's Bakery was founded in 1873 when Mr. Reinhard Brown and his wife came to America to Germany. They had owned a bakery in Germany. His first American bakery was in Baltimore, Maryland. He later moved to Defiance and opened a bakery there. Our class visited the bakery and took a tour.
Welcome to Brown's Bakery, home of Bunny Bread. We're glad to have you take this tour. This is where we start the process of making bread. This is what we call a sponge mixer. It mixes flour, water, yeast, yeast food, and lard together first. After it's mixed here, it goes into the fermentation room. When they first come in here, there's just a small piece of dough in the bottom of the troughs. After 4.5 hours, it raises and fills the troughs. This is a mixer that mixes it. It keeps beating and beating it. It stays in there for 15 minutes. That's equivalent to 1,600 one-pound loaves of bread in there right now. Now they're loading the dough on the trough hoist. They'll Lift the dough up and dump it in the hopper where it goes to the divider, which divides it in the size loaves of bread. From the divider, it goes to the rounder, which rounds it in a little ball. After it's rounded, it goes into a canvas tray which is called the overhead proofer. It's a time element that it goes through to get the air holes and the bubbles out. It spends from 8 to 10 minutes in that overhead proofer, and when it comes out there, it goes to the molder, which molds it in the shape of the loaf of bread. It is rolled completely flat and rolled up like a long hot dog and deposited in the pan. Right now, they are loading the bread into the oven. Each one of these shelves holds 32 loaves of bread. Then when the bread starts coming out of the oven, it gets ready to go and get depanned. It comes down here to the depanner. It works like a vacuum cleaner. There's little rubber suction cups that lifts the bread out of the pan. It turns off the vacuum. The bread goes on this cooler, which goes up above and spends about an hour getting cool so we can slice it. After it comes off the bagger, it comes out here in the garage and is loaded on the trucks for distribution tomorrow morning.
That's all for News 6 today. Next week's News 6 will be presented by the 6th graders from Melinta Elementary in Melinta, Ohio. Thanks for watching and have a good week.